Hello everybody, welcome back, and welcome to those of you who could not make it, sadly, to the departure of the flight. Excuse me. Coffee went down the wrong way. Rushed to start, shouldn't have rushed. Anyway, we're back. We are currently over Ethiopia. We are talking to Addis Ababa Control via BeyondATC. And we are, excuse me, ever so slightly behind the real world flight, but not by much, as you will see when I show you both Volanta and Flight Radar 24 coming up in a second. I'll just refresh Flight Radar 24 for you. Right, where do we go for full screen display? Here we go. Right, so let me just get rid of some of these planes because I don't like to see all the planes. Right. So here is what Volanta currently looks like. As you can see, we are here, more or less due east of Djibouti. Real world flights come a very similar way. Clearly got a direct before reaching Jeddah. But more or less in the same place. Simon, hello boss, greetings from a new apartment. Oh, congrats on the move, boss, that's very exciting. Calling in via your girlfriend's mobile hotspot.
Just subscribed, greetings from the new apartment. Everything is still a mess and I'm calling in via my girlfriend's mobile hotspot.
Well, I'm glad
I'm able to somehow watch a part of your stream.
So am I. And hello to your girlfriend as well, if she is watching. So when did you get in there? How long have you been in? I was just pointing out here that the real world flight is just a little bit further along than us. Okay, a very wiggly sort of a route. I don't know why that is. It must be dodgy ADS-B coverage, I think. But as you can see, our route is going to take us right the way down to the southwestern border of Ethiopia, border with Kenya, and then down into Nairobi. We're still expecting a runway 24 arrival. And I say we're still expecting that because I haven't actually looked to see if it's changed. So my expectations haven't changed. That doesn't mean that's necessarily what they're using. Now, EM, nice to see you. I'm terribly sorry. I sort of got distracted in talking and didn't greet you. What do you do for work, and why was it so hard? What about weather, stormy or clean? The weather is, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look, because we can do that down here, can't we? Flight information. TWIP request. We may as well have an automatic update. And what's the ICAO code? HKJK. HKJK. Stick that in there. TWIP source. Vatsim, I guess. Send. Hopefully we will get a weather update through before too long. It didn't look like it was going to be too bad. Oh, dearie me. I tell you what, Alex. It's just a waste that you don't have kids to embarrass with these jokes. It really is. She's meanwhile watching another stream, some Germans talking about drama and stuff. Oh, right, okay. Roger. Right. What was I doing? Oh, here we are. Here's some weather. So, winds 210 at 4 knots. 10 kilometers or more visibility. Overcast at 1,700 feet. Temperature of 16 degrees. Why so cold? Surely Nairobi is quite near the equator. And it's quite near midsummer. And I would expect it to be warmer. I mean, it's southern. I guess it's southern hemisphere though. But still, I'm amazed that it's colder there than here. So it should be a nice straightforward arrival, no storms, no gusts, nothing really to worry about. I have not heard that before. No, it's the title of a Frank Zappa album. I don't think it is, Boss, but I'm not going to Google it. You could be trying to make a fool out of me, or you could be telling the truth, but I think it's unlikely you're telling the truth. And here's the TAF. We are having some cumulonimbus clouds at flight level 20 at 2,000 feet. Scattered 2100. So it is worsening. Temporo, but that's from 8 at 13 to 8 at 17, which has kind of passed. So I think we're probably through the worst of it. So there you go. We did all the heavy lifting last weekend. She's already moved fully, but I'm somewhat back and forth between this place and my parents. That'll continue for the next 2 weeks. Then I'm off to Austria for another 2 weeks, and then I'll fully move, especially since then we will finally have proper internet here. Okay, that's exciting. It's nice that you're doing it sort of bit by bit. Easing yourself in. Carry heavy thing in cargo terminals, unload big transit trucks, and also small freight micro autobus heavy things. Right, jolly good. Yeah, but that's shake your booty, boss. It's not Djibouti, is it? It's not. That's what I mean. Ah, dearie me, dearie me. Because, as you all know, home is where your flight sim gear is, and that still hasn't moved. Indeed, indeed. EM, is that what you... Oh, I see, this is your job. Oh, right. Oh, that must be back-breaking work. I wouldn't want to do that. I'd forgotten what I'd asked. So what's he talking about? Oh, yes, right, yeah. Oh, bad luck. I'm sorry you had such a heavy day of it. But at least it's over now and you're home. You're not the guy formerly known as Samsonite, are you, who works at Schiphol? Because I haven't seen him for years. It's just occurred to me it might be you under a different name. I did mention Djibouti. I know, I did. And yet. Anyway, as you can see, it's blooming dark. Those Club Filbert members got to witness a beautiful sunset, as did I, from the comfort of my sofa once I finished the cleaning, which is now done. The flat is spotless. Morris had to run away because of the Hoover, and now he's being all cuddly because he wants, I don't know, he wants reassurance that it's not coming out again, I suppose. And while he's on my lap, I can't go and spring the Hoover on him. You've landed into JFK, jolly good. Was it a nice flight? Good landing. Is there a weather radar? There is a weather radar. Yes, I believe so. I've never actually been able to look at any weather with it, and there's no weather to see where we are either. But yes, there is one. How well it works, I don't yet know, I'm afraid. Right, should we have some tunes again? Oh yes, that's something else that's happened. I've booked myself some flights to Aarhus to see a friend of mine who I went to Lapland with to work a couple of winters ago, and I'm going back with this year, and he's been inviting me for ages. So I've finally done that. So I'm going in August. Aarhus. Still don't know how to say it. Well, only as of like 20 minutes ago, I was thinking you could, if you're around and you're up for visiting Aarhus, then you should come. You should absolutely come. Also, the people I'm visiting are gays, and one of them's Danish, so you'd like them probably. When am I coming? August the 22nd to the 25th. 22nd to the 25th of August. Aarhus. Okay. Well, anyway, we've got a month to get me prepped and to teach me some rudimentary Danish, so that this guy's, boyfriend respects me from the off. So, what was I going to say? Can't remember. I was going to say something about the flight, and I don't know. Holiday more excited. Oh, good. Yeah, it'd be really nice if you could make it. But meetings... Well, only one of them's Danish, one of them's British. But you can't have everything, The British one moved up there for the Danish one, though. So, it's quite a romantic backstory. Oh, I do come up with some things, don't I? You'll like them because they're gay. Unbelievable. Anyway, there you go. How are you, trolls? Anyway, it's been a little while. 2:30 from Seattle. What's that? 2:30? What? Oh, you doing the return? Oh, sorry. No. You are 2 hours 30 minutes from arrival in Seattle. My apologies. I thought you meant you were departing again at 2:30 in the morning, but you didn't. Guten Abend, Nampilan. And how are you, boss? Haven't seen you for a long while as well. Nice to see you. And why are you talking Dutch? Because you're Indonesian, right? I think you're Indonesian. Are you in the Netherlands now? You're doing quite good, thanks. Going on holiday this weekend to France. Ah bon? Où exactement? Tu peux m'expliquer en anglais si tu veux. And this Brit-Dane relationship isn't for a permanent residency, isn't it? I haven't asked the question, actually. It seems a little bit impertinent to ask. But it might very well be, Charles. It might very well be. And it could just be that Matt has found a better Dane than I have. It's possible. Hang on. Oh, this weekend? No, that's no good to me. Because I'm going to be in France on Wednesday week. In Paris. But that's of no use to you. I don't think. Yo, you inspired me for an overnighter from EHAM. How are you feeling / doing? And how was the departure / setup? Good, I'm glad I inspired you. I am feeling good. Am I feeling? Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I've cleaned the flat. I always feel good after I've cleaned the flat. I hate cleaning it. But now, I didn't put the cushions at either end of the sofa, but you know, still. All the cat hair's been hoovered up. Surfaces are sparkling. So I feel good. I'm doing good as well for the Americans. And the departure was very good. Except for BeyondATC not knowing about the length of runway 18 left and trying to get me to depart from an intersection halfway along it. That was the only bad thing about the departure. The setup was good. We had relatively good viewership. We had about 45 across both platforms. YouTube was on the up. It's gone right down again now. Everyone's had a long day. No one's bothered coming back, you know. But that's all right. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I'm personally very pumped for the arrival. Looking forward to it. Yeah. How was your day? Where have you been? I've forgotten where you were. Of course, I'm loud and proud Indonesians. I thought so. So, which begs the question: why the Dutch, boss? Why the Dutch? Hello. Can't wait to see those poor people swim in Seine River. Oh God, yeah. Ugh, I know. Rather them than me, eh? We're in Paris only Saturday and Sunday. You know where's quite near Paris, boss? Only a 2-hour, 20-minute train ride away. London. So there's you complaining about me coming within 2 hours of Copenhagen and not seeing you, not arranging in the first 20 minutes to see you, and yet here you are coming within 2 hours 20 minutes of London and not a word about visiting. Anyway, whereas Pratiushtutter, I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? So does it work like normal ATC, like you're on Addis Ababa Centre? Yes, I am with Addis Ababa Centre. And I could even say something to them. Let's ask them for a heading to the next fix. I've never done that before. KL565 request heading to Golf Whiskey Zulu. Don't know if they'll understand that. No, I didn't understand.
KL565 heavy. Request not understood.
Well, we can get the co-pilot to do it in whatever phraseology he wants.
KLM565 heavy. Can you give me a heading to my next fix?
We just have to say my next fix.
KLM565 heavy, direct Kawasa. Fly present heading. Descend to flight level 370.
But I'm at flight level 370.
Fly present heading. Descend to flight level 370, KLM565 heavy.
Anyway, I think it sounds incredibly real. I'm very impressed with it overall. I had a dentist appointment, so I'm feeling great on strong drugs at the moment. Oh good, what did you have done? But at least I'm going to a different country, that's true. Yes, I am flying to Aarhus with bloody Ryanair, unfortunately. I did look at going to Billund with BA and spending Avios, but it would have been a more arduous journey and I couldn't have gone on the days I wanted, so it's one of those occasions where you just have to swallow your pride and fly Ryanair. I'm glad you're doing well, British. I want to hear Mogadishu radio this year. Beyond comprehension ATC. I've not heard it called that before. I think it's good. What's that down there? It's a road with 4 things next to it. What I've done, as is common practice in flying over it when flying over Africa, is I have turned on my wing lights and I've turned on my tail lights just to make us that little bit more visible. Vipers Racing. Oh no, sorry, no, that was from before. I scrolled up too far. Pratyush, thank you very much for the sub on YouTube. That is very much appreciated. So yeah, as you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Philbert Flies. My real name's Alexis. I'm based in London. I'm an occasional streamer these days. I used to do more than I do now, but I stream sort of as and when I fancy it, which I guess probably on average is twice a month. Something like that. And I also make YouTube videos. Most recently, a tutorial with a real-world pilot on how to fly the 777, which some of you may find useful. And that reminds me, if you are watching on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind subscribing as well as clicking the like button, that would be very much appreciated. Teeth replaced with fangs a la Jaws from the bottoms. Good. Well, there's a small chance I'll control your homebound flight. I'm working the 25th. No, really? Oh, I'll never know, will I? I was like, oh, that'd be really cool, but I won't know. Imagine if you did, though. They do need some stronger moonlight nights in the sim, if not for the streamers. Blooming dark out there. I know. So, I mean, you do get lighter nights with more moonlight, but it is what it is, I guess. I think probably the overall level of light is quite realistic. But yes, I agree, it would be nice on a night like this to see a little more in the way of ground. And it is why I try and avoid flying at night. Yes, you see there's virtually no moon. It's a tiny sliver of a crescent. New moon? Is that a new moon? Could be a new moon. Not unless I notice a text job. Yes, that's true. But yeah, it'd be really nice if you could meet up. And Charles, I haven't forgotten about Copenhagen meetup as well. I think that would be really good. Club Philbert Copenhagen meetup. I just haven't got enough leave to do it this year. But hopefully maybe next spring, something like that. That could be cool. That would work for you. I took off from runway 18 left, boss. I hope the default sky night lights and airports in the MSFS 24 is improved. Yes, me too. Me too. The thing is, with the alpha version of FS 2020, which I tested, the night lighting was spectacular. You had proper lights stretching out as far as the eye could see. And then for some reason they replaced them with these sort of sepia blobs in the distance, which I hate. So honestly, if they could just take it back to how it was. Now we're over the middle of Ethiopia, so there aren't going to be that many lights to see regardless. It's going to be fairly sparsely populated. But if they could just take it back to what it was in the alpha and beta builds of FS20, I would be a very happy bunny indeed. I guess I could try and make the pilot say hi over the PA. Dabbles. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Wish I'd cleaned my glasses properly. Might go and do it in a minute. Maybe not the best idea as a student. I know of one who did it with his mum and then invited her to the cockpit and she spoke to her son on frequency. So hang on, so am I mistaken in thinking this? But between that story and Rasmus being able to go flying on the flight deck with his friend the Swiss pilot, is cockpit door policy being gradually relaxed in Europe? How is this allowed? We shall see, then we can all do the red eyes. Yes, indeed. I'm up for it spring next year too. I just need to know a few months in advance and I can try and plan days off. Alright, we'll try and get it, try and get something in the diary. I have a new roster coming in next year, so probably won't be able to tell you till December at the earliest. But we'll see, we'll see. I don't think so. In the UK, they don't allow anyone outside crew in the cockpit. Otherwise, I guess it's up to the company. Oh, okay, so that's a UK thing, is it? That particularly strict policy. Deciding on a movie to watch tonight over dinner. Not mostly. What's not mostly? The famous Aalsmeer Bahn. What? What is this, boss? What is the Aalsmeer Bahn? I'm just going to get the brightness turned down on this, and I'm going to put the one on the other side away. It is quite bright. Actually, that's not really a problem because it's hidden by the yoke. US as well, only crew members allowed on flight. Right. Good morning anyway, Nick. I can't remember if I said good morning. Welcome back. I'm glad you made it. Hopefully go on a cockpit tour to EKVG. Is that Vagar? That would be vibes. Yes, runway 18 left, yes. Vibes. But what you mustn't do, boss, if it gets a little bit hairy as that approach is likely to, you mustn't reach over and grab the yoke or stick. You've just got to trust the pilots, you know? Otherwise they will never have you back. So if anyone's curious about the music, it's by a bloke called Ibo Kurdum, who is Sudanese. And there's no Kenyan music that I could find on Epidemic Sounds, but I really liked his stuff. He does sort of, as you can hear, bluesy stuff. The genre is African blues, according to Epidemic Sounds. But I really like it, it's good. It'll be in an Airbus, so stick, but I think I'll reflect. Good. Do your best, boss. Do your best. Agree on the night lighting. I don't know what they did to FS20. It's so bad for night lighting. It seems often to have lower FPS than daytime. Oh, really? I haven't noticed that. It's still better than any previous version of MSFS, but only really when you're up close to cities. Like, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Straight down. But in the distance, it's just nothing. So we expect to be landing in just over an hour and 9 minutes. So not too long to go. You're Sudanese, are you, Hamzuk? Nice, welcome to the channel. Where do you live? Do you live in Sudan, or do you live somewhere else? First time watching a stream, looks good. Oh, thank you, B3 Burner. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I used to stream a lot more regularly than I do now, but when I do, I like to think it is good. Not always, but usually. Oh, you live in Birmingham, right. Nice. I quite like Birmingham, you know. Gets a bad rap, but I went there for a weekend and I had a really nice time. I plan on being in/flying out of CPH in September. Maybe I'll try and do the jump seat and suffer through a transatlantic 787 jump seat. This is Nick Trolls. You know Nick. You've spoken to Nick in the VC, I'm fairly sure. I think you just don't recognise his name. American. Yeah. Fellow mod. I know, right? How the heck am I meant to do nighttime mid-air refueling? Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, well, you know, there has to be plenty. I mean, I could have answered that for you, you know. I mean, I didn't because you didn't ask me. But can't just pretend everything's normal if it ain't. You know, it's not how we do it in aviation, boss. It's a very safety-oriented industry, you know. I'm not super keen on the lack of complete darkness in the cabin. I seem to remember there is a way of turning on the lights. Is it done through the? It's done through the box, I think, isn't it? Ah, Kefa, or is it Kifa? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but thank you very much. I have been through Nairobi in real life to Kisii in the northwest, but I don't know Nairobi itself very well. Very much looking forward to arriving though. Yeah, I think it is in the FMC, isn't it? Is it under PMG setup aircraft? Equipment? No, but it's not. Do we have the bug where the cabin seat text just don't reflect any light at night? I don't honestly know. If I can work out how to turn the lights on, then I will have a look. Is it under simulation? You'll probably know. It's not in there. Not going to be performance, is it? Colours? No. It's in FS options, thank you. FS actions, you mean? Oh yeah, cabin lights, lovely. So they're on auto at the moment. Let's just make them full, and then I'll probably turn them back to auto because I guess they would mostly be dimmed an hour before arrival, and then start waking them up. Oh, I just don't have anything. I don't have anything lit other than the seat back displays. Have I done something wrong? Manual 100 100. Maybe I had to do that. No, I've got no light in the cabin whatsoever, boss. None. Rip my immersion. Now go to water. Hello Vipers Racing, welcome back. Fuel control cut off plus battery equals off, that deals for the lights. Thanks, boss. Most helpful. It's a bug. PMDG is looming into it. Roger. Okay. It was. So I was volunteering out there. This was a long time ago now. I used to be a paramedic, and I spent 2 weeks running like clinics out there in the villages around Kisii. For people, so you know we basically gave them checkups and prescribed a few meds if they needed them, and we brought some glasses out and things like that as well. Yeah, it was quite hard work. But it felt like, you know, we're doing something, albeit not as much as we would have liked to be of use. And then we had a week in Mombasa afterwards, which was fun as well. EFT Noob 13. Hi Phil, but just want to say thank you so much for your YouTube tutorials. I'm not a pilot, and your 737 and now 777 videos have helped me so much with getting these birds up in the sky and flying. Keep up the good work, man, and thanks again. Oh, that's really nice of you, EFT Noob, to say so. I'm very glad you enjoyed them, and you're very welcome. You're very honestly, it's these sorts of comments, this feedback that makes it worthwhile. So thanks for taking the time to say it. You asked me this this morning, Vipers Racing, on the departure stream, and I didn't know then, and I don't know now. I'm afraid I just don't know enough about hardware to be sure. I'm sure maybe someone else in here might know. I don't know. So are you a flight simmer yourself, Kefa? Emma, welcome back. Vipers Racing, I answered that this morning as well. The my specifications are still in the video description as they were 6 hours ago. I mean, I have to look myself. It's an i7 13700K. That's my CPU. I did climb to 370. Well, he wanted me at 380 originally. So no, I don't know how happy he is. But I did it without asking. Then he was very unhappy because I did it automatically, or the plane did it automatically. I wasn't in the cockpit at the time. But yes, then I asked him retrospectively, and now we're friends. Just posted in the truffle tips the best 10 US towns to visit in the US in 2024. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, you won't believe what number one is. You won't believe what number one is. You need to join the Discord and click on the link and have a look. I have a Bose. Christ, I can't remember what it's called. Not the very latest one, but the one before that. A20. I have the Bose A20s, yes. But that was a very generous present from my mum and dad. Before that, I had a headset that cost me £100 and was actually, I thought, pretty good value. And I use that for my passengers now. And I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. It's 4 letters. I'm going to Google aviation headset. Cheap. Think you're getting yourself a Lightspeed 3? Blimey, okay. Yeah. I've heard good things. But yeah, okay. But if you're looking for a cheap headset, I would get the one that I have, if I can remember what it's called, because it's so much more comfortable than the David Clarks, which are not as cheap, and I find terribly uncomfortable, even though they're famous. But anyway, whatever you do, you should try them on. You should try them on before you buy them, because a lot of it is down to your head shape, right? I can't remember. Next time I get my bag out with my stuff in it, I will let you know what I have. So SH something, here we are, SEHT. Well, Ambassador was really nice. Hope you enjoyed your stay in my country. I did. I very much enjoyed it. I would definitely visit again. Yeah, I definitely would visit again. Although I was involved in a coach crash on the way to Kissy, which was not a great start, but that was just unfortunate. This one. I found it. Alright, so you're talking about eventually, but if you want something in the meantime, I highly recommend this for 120 quid. It's likely to be cheaper. Right? I thought it was more for some reason. I do find the A20s comfy, I have to say. Keep pushing to go where? What have I missed? Incontinence, North Dakota. Is that really a place? In the meantime, you got the club's own headset. Yeah, but it's a bit gross, isn't it? I never really liked sharing headsets. I never really liked it. Who's pinging me in the Club Filbert Lounge? Voite, it's not goodbye because we're here, you know? YGM. This is better. This is what you keep banging on at me to do. Twitch and YouTube streaming. Yeah, well, if you're getting a decent one soon, then it's not worth it. I see what I see. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Alex. Being able to hear the instructor well is very important. Yes, it is. Yes. What's the latest? Latest meta. Oh, it's from... Is this from Nick? Or because I've got automatic update weather. Oh yeah, I think this is from Nick. Yeah, we are. It's not showing up very well, boss. I think it's more lines than it can cope with. Oh dear. Anyway, got most of it. Have a great flight. Have NW. But up here, got an updated HK. Okay, better for you. 808 1500 CD. 160 at 10 knots. Oh, that has changed. Was 240, wasn't it? I think. Interesting. Is that going to affect our arrival runway? Probably not. But it is going to be a crosswind. Well, we'll see what they give us, won't we? We'll see what the nice ATC people give us. I'm using what I can find online, so trust your plane's info over mine. I don't know if it'll be any better, to be honest, but we'll see. Flight information. Let's do a single twit request. HK JK. Yeah, of course. Crosswind better than an angry gale. It's like Off-World's back, isn't it? That's a similar price to the A20s. I think like the A20s are much more than that here. But yeah, I remember watching a review of these and trying when I was deciding between the two. And I went for the bows, but yeah, I think they're both pretty much equally good. 210 at 4 knots. What? Oh, so that's different again. When was this? 5? Oh. This was at 0500 Zulu, so that's not very up to date, is it? On the 6th. What? That's very, very, very out of date, no? Alright, now I thought that would just be the same as typing .meta into vPilot, which gives you the latest meta, but it's clearly not. So let's try a different source. Let's try PMDG. Also from 2 days. Oh yes, it's the 8th. Okay, so the PMDG source is the same. Bruh. This is something of a meme. Let's see if Navigraph has anything more up to date. Yes, it does. It has one from 1400 Zulu, which is still quite a long time ago. But the winds then were 070 at 12 knots. Oh, that's HKNW. Am I putting the wrong ICAO code in? I can't believe that Nairobi doesn't have more up-to-date weather than this. No, it's HKJK. It's there. It's in the plan, isn't it? So that says, yeah, 3 hours 55 minutes ago. Why would there not be a more up-to-date forecast? There's still planes arriving. Or observation. Oh yeah, thank you. No, it was a good trip. Now it says using nearby weather from HKNW, so it's not even from Nairobi. Careful, what's the weather like there? I can't seem to get an up-to-date report. What does Allmet sat? We haven't had one for 6 hours 56 minutes. How strange. Metar is missing, so we don't know. That's what you used, okay. That's the other one I used to use. But this Metar station used is 488 kilometers away from the airport, apparently. That's from HKWJ. That's really odd, isn't it? I don't get it. It's raining down here. Typically in July it's the cold and wet season, so a lot of rain. Okay. I don't suppose you know which direction the wind's coming from, do you, at the moment? Yes, I remember it was like 16 degrees. I was surprised. I don't know, you just think of Kenya as being warm. Well, windy.com seems to suggest very little wind at the moment, and what it is showing is sort of in various directions around Nairobi. Ah well, we'll just see what the BeyondATC says. Can't find the A20 anymore, weirdly enough, but last I checked it was around 14 to 1500 euros. Really? I guess maybe they're just phasing it out, are they? I'm not sure. Easy to remember as Hong Kong, just kidding, it's actually Nairobi. Anyway, I'm fairly convinced there won't be too much wind, so either runway should be alright. 320 nautical miles from our top of descent, give or take. Still due to arrive at 18:47, so in about 45 minutes, something like that. And once we're down, we'll have a good look around the airport, see what we think of it, see if it's worth your hard-earned cash or not. Not much wind here either, but sadly I don't have the speed and direction. No, it was a bit of a long shot. But yeah, it didn't look like there was too much wind. So I flew with Air Kenya when I went down to Nairobi, and I thought I had flown on a 777-300 from Heathrow, and so that's the flight I was going to do. Sorry, Kenya Airways, not Air Kenya. There's no such thing as Air Kenya. Kenya Airways. And yeah, it turns out it was a 200 though, so it was unable. But maybe when we get the 200 from PMDG, we'll recreate that flight. Now they just fly A350s on that route. Yeah, it's actually long ago. Nowadays they don't operate them anymore. Oh, is it 787s, not A350s? My mistake. Yeah. Yeah, this is the trouble with flight sim. We tend to get all of the good planes by the time, you know, the good quality renditions of planes when they're sort of being phased out. And no one has data to make the new ones accurate, so it's a bit of a shame. Still hoping for a high quality 787. That'd be good. But anyway, I'm going to just have to get used to doing historical flights. I'm going to do some for the MD-11. Why not for this as well, really? Just a reminder, if you're watching on Twitch and you like what you're seeing, click the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with channel growth. Thank you. Oh, and also, come join my Discord server. It is arguably the finest flight sim community on the web. Not the web, on the internet. Yeah, this is the thing, I don't have any sort of proper old planes, so I've never really got into the whole historical flight thing. Except with the BAE 146, I guess. Have you seen we're doing... Oh no, you probably haven't seen because it hasn't popped up yet. But we're doing a EUREGIO flight at the end of the month, Simon. From... where is it where we're going from Gothenburg to Vilnius. And we're going to be giving away 2 copies of MM Simulations Vilnius Airport when we get there. Should be good. Nice little flight, that. That will be on... the 28th, Sunday the 28th, 10 AM UK time, 0900 Zulu. Yeah, EUREGIO 810. Will it be in Austria then? Perhaps I'll be able to watch it, but I hope so. Hello, Morris. Where in Austria are you going, boss? Ugh, rip. Morris is back. I have fed you, you know, you could just go and eat. Yeah, it should be. I was torn between going from Göteborg and Paris-Orly. I think we've probably done more flights out of Paris-Orly. And also, it's a bit further, isn't it? And I think I've flown out of Göteborg about twice since V2 came along. Morris, look at the camera. People want to see your handsome face. Or just ignore me, that's also fine. Lake Millstadt, Carinthia, 60 kilometres east of Klagenfurt. Oh yeah, no, I remember you going there before. Very nice. Nice. We flew more or less over the top of Innsbruck this morning. It was quite bog. I recognise one of the waypoints as one of the initial approach fixes. Elmem. Elmem it was. Good advice from Stream Elements there. If you're watching on Twitch and you like what you see, do go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do come and join the Discord. And you could check out my... It's not really new anymore. But you could check out my website at philbertflies.com for, as Stream Elements puts it, more POG content. Which is a little bit cringe, but you know, that's what you get with bots. And Twitch subscribers do get additional Morris and Mildred emojis. If you're hovering over that subscribe button and thinking, well, I would quite like to join Club Filbert, but what's in it for me? This is what's one of the many things that's in it for you. Morris and Mildred emojis. Some of which spin, right? Oh, you see it? He's shedding a lot of hair. I've just hoovered. You recently found out on Elmo Radar's stream. Yeah, I know Elmo Radar. There is actually a Wordle for German waypoints. No way. That must be hard. Wait, have I done today's Wordle? I'm getting very close to my maximum streak, so I'm becoming quite anxious about forgetting to do it. I haven't done it. Let's do it. Don't tell me what it is. I've got 4 out of the 5 letters. It's one of those that could go horribly wrong. Got it. Got it in 5. Got it in 5. Yes, current streak is 53. Max is 58. And usually, I mean, sometimes I balls it up, but sometimes I just forget. I just forget to do it for a day. And that's not really okay. I don't know all these cats. Who's the second one? Alex. Second one. I like number 5 a lot. That's a very good picture. The grey tabby one, number 5. I like him. Gideon is number 2, is it? Or 5? 5 is also Gideon. Oh, okay. He looks very different. Is one a cartoon representation of him? My eyes are not what they were, you see. Who does Gideon belong to? I'd like to watch Gideon. Otherwise the bird will visit my family. What language are you learning on Duolingo? Oh, Morris, you old softy. What can I do with you? Her? I don't know who that is, boss. Do I? Oh, wait, I have watched someone who wears catties. No, that was Mint. I don't know who that is. Mint doesn't stream anymore. Right, if I get him in a headlock, you can see his face. Cool like. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, just chatting, is it? Oh, that's a very, very, very handsome cat. That reminds me of the cat my parents had when I was very little. He was called Kitty, and he was mean, but I liked him anyway. He was never mean to me, actually. He was never aggressive with me, but with visitors he sometimes was. So we're very close to the Kenyan border now. Rudol is our first waypoint inside Kenya, so we can expect a handoff from BeyondATC any time now, I think. This just clearly didn't try hard enough. Well, they tried a bit too hard, that was the problem. They were just a little bit, oh, he'll be alright with me, I'm good with cats, and then they'd give him a little tickle, and then they would be bleeding. They were warned, usually, you know, just to leave him alone, but no. He was too handsome, and that's how he got you. Not like you, Morris. You love everyone, don't you? Particularly strangers. Strangers are the best. He's friendly with whoever walks through the door. Just looking for a little bit more music to play from, from the archives. Got a playlist called Bulgaria brackets not really. Mexico City. Let's have a bit of that. It's a long time since I've flown to Mexico. They draw you in with cuteness, then they pounce. Yeah, exactly. For the last 10 years, it's been an on-off relationship with Russian, sparked by my then girlfriend having Russian heritage, with her parents speaking all Russian all the time at home. Oh, okay. And even though that relationship is way in the past, the interest in the language is still there. I also have my occasional Dutch phases. Oh, okay. Gosh, you don't pick the easy languages then. I hear that they love Mexican music in Nairobi. There's never not a good time for mariachi music. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. This was a good decision. I still have to point out every time I say I'm learning Russian that it's not due to political reasons at all. On the contrary, it's already helped me in a number of situations to communicate with Ukrainian refugees, and even, very rudimentary, with a Bulgarian drunk at 4 AM. Oh, with a Bulgarian drunk at 4 AM, watch it. Yeah, I guess it's a useful language. Lots of languages quite similar to it. It might even... no, disregard. I was about to say something very, very controversial that Wojtek would not have approved of. Alex? No. Perhaps he was also drunk, but I was probably more drunk than him. It is my Lotsu! Welcome, nice to see you. Nice to see you. KLM's your favourite airline? Didn't know that. Yeah, it's a little bit... I feel I started this arrival stream a little bit early because we're still we're still 240 miles from our top of descent, and there's not a lot to see out the window because it's dark, so we're sort of twiddling our thumbs a little bit. But the chat's been interesting, so that's good. Very not bad. I swear to God, Alex. In Nairobi, they mostly love some rumba music, commonly from Congo, and jazz. But we, the young, love more of pop culture and some local. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Epidemic Sounds is not great when it comes to Kenyan music, or any African music, really. But I am going to search, now you've said that, I'm going to search for rumba music and see what comes up. I mean, Congolese rumba might be pushing it.
KLM565 Heavy. Contact Nairobi radar 121.3. Bye-bye.
Nairobi radar on 121.3 KLM565. Thank you, bye-bye. 565, not 575. Will he correct me? It's processing my speech. It's taking a long time. Taking a long time to process.
My pleasure.
Oh, that's nice. Nairobi radar, good evening. KLM 565 at flight level 370.
KLM 565 Heavy, Nairobi radar identified.
She didn't sound terribly Kenyan, did she? She sounded more English than Kenyan, but never mind. Right, let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be rumba of a non-Congolese variety, but yeah. I'll just search for rumba without the H. It'll be good. It's probably nothing like what people listen to in Nairobi. But anyway. I've got a really itchy nose now because of Morris. Oh my god, what's that? God, what's the oh my god are about? It's a great insight into Slavic languages in general, a topic that I find really interesting. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, to BH, one of those three things was a lie, but that wasn't a nice way of announcing my arrival. I think we'd better ascertain which of the three things that was, my lot, so that was not true. I think we'd better do that fairly sharpish. Spent 5 minutes trying to figure out why my elf wasn't working, wasn't plugged in, Roger. I'd love to be able to speak Polish or that Croatian, Serbian, Bosnian language family, or whatever you want to call it, but can't do all at once. No, you can't. You can't. You'll have to get Wojtek to teach you. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Okay, good. I assumed it would be either that or the airline was. Also, Alex, I suspect that favourite streamer implies someone who actually streams. This is quite good. Is this anything like the rumba music from the Congo that people in Nairobi listen to this? How long till Todd? About 25 minutes. No, I can have a former favourite. Not an absolute. Well, while waiting for Todd, I'm gonna bake chicken and rice. Very nice. I quite fancy some of that. Okay, have you ever been to Kenya? Yes, I have. Yes, I have been to Kenya. This is the perfect music to accompany my new slapstick styling film. Here's a question. Is rumba, R-U-M-B-A, what we're listening to now? the same as rumba with an H? Is it just a different spelling of the same thing? Or are they completely different genres? Anyone know? Because I think I've always just assumed it's the same thing spelt in two ways. No, boss. Do you ever wonder if you ever wonder just about simulating a crash to desktop? Because I swear to God, one more of these jokes could be pretty damn close to that. Oh dear. I tend to believe they're different genres, yeah. I think they might be. Oh my god, there's even more to it than that. Although taking its name from the latter, ballroom rumba differs completely from Cuban rumba in both its music and its dance. But these are both spelt without the H. Hence, authors prefer the Americanized spelling of the word with an H to distinguish between them. But which one has the H? Oh, it's a genre of ballroom. Ballroom has the H. Kenya picks. Gosh, I don't know if I actually have any to hand. It was a long time ago, but I'll have a look. Wait, did you redeem some Philbios there? I'm not looking at the Twitch stream, so I don't know. Standby one. No. We'll do it when there's someone next redeems a photo presentation, boss. Oh, someone has? Someone has? Okay, fine. Alright, fine. Let's have a look. I don't know if I've got them on Google Photos. If I haven't, it's going to be a question of me digging them out for a subsequent stream, I think. Sorry. Long way back. Here we are. Gosh, there's 1,519 photos in this album. I will select a few. Nope as what? Nope as what? It'll keep us busy. Right, so we can begin at the beginning, outside Heathrow Terminal 4. This is me when I was young. I'm going to fast forward through them because there's a lot of photos of people who may not want to be made famous on stream. This was the bus. It was a school bus that took us from Nairobi Airport up to Kisii. Phil being here, yeah. Did not take any photos inside the terminal. Oh, each photo seems to be duplicated. They won't mind being on stream. This is me and my uni friends, Chris and Kay. And then, yes, the bus crashed and turned over, which was all a little bit traumatic. And of course, was quite a spectacle. Everyone came out to have a look and offer assistance in most cases. So yes, what happened was we hit a speed bump, the road was a bit wet, the driver lost control of the bus, and the bus swerved right and left, tipped over, skidded along the ground, and we came to rest just a few meters from a big drop which would have killed us all, but didn't. A lot of people had injuries. I didn't have any injuries, but I was the only one. And I got away with it because I was sat on the right and the bus tipped over to the left, and I was able to just grab hold of the luggage rack and dangle. Basically, I just dangled there until it stopped and the people got out of the way. There's a lot of photos of us treating patients that I'm not going to show you because that feels somewhat inappropriate. This is Gavin, he did some painting. Can't remember why he did some painting, but he did do some painting. That's a really old school bus. I'm guessing that is the viewpoint. Yes, it was, that's right. Correct, it was the viewpoint over the Rift Valley. Yeah. The roads around the area are narrow and dangerous. Yeah. So the bit of road that we crashed on was actually it was actually a really good bit of road. It was tarmacked, and yeah, a lot of it was really rough and really bumpy. But yeah, ironically, it was the bit that was quite well tarmacked that we crashed on. And the charity that we were there with also ran an orphanage out there, so we did a bit of work setting up some beds for the orphanage. It was quite hot. This is what English people look like when they go to Africa in the summer. Cows. This is some of the gang before starting work for the day. Already quite hot and sweaty. So it was we had like 5 paramedics, a couple of nurses, a couple of doctors. It's me with a stethoscope around my neck, looking far too young to have any idea what I'm doing clinically at all. So yeah, what's happened here is I've got everyone's photos and shoved them all in an album, I think. And then at the end of the day, we went to a bar near the hotel and tried to forget about the coach crash. You know, it was actually it did stay with us. It did stay with us for a while. We love you English people. I don't know why, but probably because you were our colonisers. Our relationships run deep from way back. Yeah, well, I'm sure there's some mixed feelings there. I don't know. I'm certainly showing that comment to Harry though. It was a beautiful area. Fabian, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the channel. A lot more clinic pictures. Skip. This was what right. So we went with this guy called Pete, who I very much like, but he was an alcoholic and he ended up getting sacked from the ambulance service. But you know, he was a very nice bloke. But this is the most wildly inappropriate picture, I think, of the whole holiday. So there he is inside the clinic smoking a cigarette while the kids look in through the window. That's him. Not the best. Not the best impression. That's all right, Kefra. It was, you know, it was a drop in the ocean, but it was something. It was something, you know. I enjoyed it. I met some nice people. probably better than nothing. Hello FOMO. Do you change the cruise altitude in the init ref page? You can, yes, but you can also just put it in on the in the altitude window and push in, and it'll automatically change it, I think. Anyway, as I say, I have thousands, so I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to try and show you some of the ones in Mombasa. In fact, this is where my WhatsApp picture. This is my WhatsApp picture to this day. This is me on safari. We spent a day on safari, and it was really good, as you can see. Bloody loved it. Not the best, but it happens to the best. I guess so. Yeah, we saw lots of animals. We had a brilliant guide. I really wish I'd got a highlights album for you, because there's a lot of duff photos of lions. But I'll show you some of the better ones. Lion. I'm glad you requested this photo presentation, my Lotsy. Good. We went to Tsavo East and Tsavo West. Impala. So yeah, we got picked up from our hotel in Mombasa for this. It was a long day, but it was a cool day. Oh yeah, this is is this there? Yeah, this is probably the best photo I took on safari of 3 elephants. So I'd been on safari before in South Africa, but this was way better. Yeah, thank you, boss. This one I quite like as well, a single elephant. Long time ago all this was. Zebras. Yeah, elephants are the best, I agree. I like giraffes a lot as well. Must have been an amazing experience doing something meaningful and then have time to do this as well. Yeah, it was. Good trip. But you did, I don't know, it did sort of feel weird, you know, having run these clinics and then just, I don't know, it felt like we hadn't really achieved very much in the grand scheme of things. And then we were just sodding off to have a lovely time on safari and, you know, relaxing by the beach. I don't know. I think we all sort of felt we probably ought to have stayed a bit longer doing the medical stuff. But anyway. We could have spent the rest of our lives there and still made, you know, it would have still been a drop in the ocean. Ah, here we are. Here's a giraffe. Giraffes are my favourite wild animals, I think. Where's my best giraffe pick? This is now it's facing the wrong way, unfortunately, but I quite like the composition of this one. But I've got a few of them facing at least sort of the right way. I just think giraffes are cool animals. Thanks, Hills. Oh yes, and we saw the rhino. We spent a long time tracking down this rhino. The guide was very, very, very enthusiastic, and rightly so. But I can't remember which is black rhino the rarest one. I think that's what this is. It's the rare rhino.
KLM565 heavy, Nairobi radar. Expect Lota 4 Delta, runway 24.
Expect Lota 4 Delta, runway 24, KLM565 heavy. I think it's the white rhino which only has like one member of the species. Okay, so that's what it was then. We'd seen some black rhino, and we spent a long time tracking this this white rhino down. Anyway, I didn't get a good photo of it, but I did at least get a photo of it. It's me, towards the end of the safari, still having a lovely time. But looking less maniacal than in that first photo. Oh, that's a nice photo actually of the rhino. We did see a buffalo, and it nearly charged us, but I don't think I got a photo of it. But it was an impressive animal. Oh no, I got loads of buffalo photos. But I think these are not the ones that charged us. They kind of look a bit mean though. You can see this was taken on a very old digital camera because of all the noise. But anyway, buffaloes. I think it was summer. We have dates on this. Oh, it's spring, April 2007. And then we went back to the hotel and drank cocktails. And then... I don't know if I should tell this story. They will mess you up if you're not careful, yeah. How do you tell a difference between a buffalo and a bison? I feel like I know the answer to this, but I can't remember, so... I don't know, boss. How do you tell the difference? This is a porcupine. I didn't like it.
Heavy, Lota 4 Delta, runway 24. Report ready for descent.
Wilco, KLM565 Heavy. That's right, yeah.
KLM565 Heavy, Lota 4 Delta, runway 24. Verify ready for descent.
Negative, KLM565 Delta. Delta? No Delta.
KLM565 Heavy, Lota 4 Delta, runway 24. Verify ready for descent.
Wilco, KLM565 Heavy. I don't know what you want from me.
KLM565 Heavy, Lota 4 Delta, runway 24. Verify ready for descent.
I will just I'll acknowledge the instruction. We'll see what my co-pilot
Lota 4
says.
Delta, runway 24.
Okay.
Call when ready.
But,
KLM565
But I
Heavy.
literally already said more or less that exactly.
KLM565 Heavy, descend to flight level 320.
I don't want to though. Descend to flight level 320, KLM 565 Heavy. Alright. Should we do it? It's a little early. But alright, that's what ATC are telling us to do. That's what we should do. I think we'll start a very, 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 very gentle descent. Should do it. It's a 600 feet a minute descent, something like that. She's stuck in loop, yeah. Do the standard pilot shallow descent when you get told before you want to. I see it every day at work. You want to tell a guy to do a minus 300, really? I don't feel we're quite finished with the photo presentation. I was like, bruh, I told you do traffic descent, so maybe do a bit more than that. Monkey. Yeah, monkey. Oh, this was cool. This was a chameleon, I think. But it wasn't a very good chameleon. I mean, in fact, I remember having a discussion. We were told it's a chameleon. We were like, why is it not changing colour? It literally couldn't stand out anymore if it tried. Bright green on a red background, you know what I mean? Ridiculous. Anyway. Ostriches. Didn't like ostriches very much. Anyway. Enough safari photos, I feel. Oh yes, we saw hippos and fishies. lots of duplicates here. I don't think there's much you haven't seen. Anyway, yeah, it was a good trip other than the coach crash. So there you are, my Lotsu. I hope that hope you felt that was a good use of your Philbios, boss. Okie dokie. So, given that we have begun our descent, we probably ought to go to our departure and arrival page, check that we have selected the correct arrival. We have Lotta 4 Delta. Runway 24 is exactly what we're expecting. I think it was a good use. I enjoyed that. Good, I'm pleased. And we'll go through our descent preparation flows. Let's do some landing performance calculations first off. Good, I'm pleased. Runway 24, we're going to import the aircraft details. Engine wing auto, that is correct. Max manual, no. Let's try auto brake 2. And we don't know what the wind's doing, but we think it's very light, so we'll add 5. Not enough METAR information found, indeed. Well, we know it's about 16 degrees, right? I think we know that. We know that we think there's a slight westerly breeze, so let's just do like 220 at 4. QNH, goodness only knows. Let's just use standard 1013. Right, so we've got plenty of room with auto brakes too. That's all we really need to take away from that. So we're going to do a flap 30 landing with a VREF of 138. Well, that's wildly different from this, isn't it? Why? So we've added 5 to that, so that would be 145. Oh, is that because this is set to flaps 25? Yes. That's more like it. 143, and that gives us an even shorter landing roll, so that's very good. Our checklist. Descent checklist. Recall. Checked. Notes. Checked. Auto brake level 2 set. Landing data. VREF is 138. Minimums we haven't set. Let's do that now. So for the RNP. Oh, it's high, isn't it? 5781. Wow, I hadn't realised how high up Nairobi was. That's only 500 foot AGL. So Nairobi's at over 5,000 feet. I had absolutely no idea. Nighthawk 1867, welcome, thanks for the follow. It took me so long to scroll up there, I've forgotten we were on 5781. Turning very, very slowly. Shift makes no difference to it either. 5781 set. Approach briefing. Well, should we have a little look at the approach together? We may as well. We've got plenty of time. We'll have a look at the star, which we're already on. So we're doing the Lotus 4 Delta arrival. It's going to take us to Oakwood. from Okhmud. Oh, it's going to take us further than Okhmud, I hope. It's going to take us to Avina. From Avina, we're going to make a slight right turn to final. Epnib, mandatory 8,100. And Etned is our final approach point, beyond which we'll be following the glide path down to the runway. We're expecting to park somewhere on this main apron here. If they don't give us that, we'll probably... Actually, you can choose, can't you? So I'll choose whatever they parked at yesterday. And I'll get the parking stands chart up and ready. I'm feeling it was round here somewhere. I don't suppose he's down and parked, is he? As if he is, we can use the stand they used today. Oh, he has! Oh no, not quite. He's just taxiing in. Ah, there we are. Stand 13. That's cool, so we must just have caught him as he's taxiing in. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look, he's got closer when I refreshed it. Awesome. So yeah, we'll request stand 13 on arrival. Or maybe we can even do it now. I don't know. I like that. Hong Kong. Joking, it's Kenya. No, we're too far away still. Approach briefing complete. Any questions? No, good. Now, are you going to clear me for further descent? Because I would like you to.
KL565 heavy, descend to flight level 120.
Back into VNAV. And altitude intervene. And down we go. It's on VNAV speed. Probably.
KLM565 heavy, descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, KLM565 heavy. No, nothing too important. Kev, a few more pictures. And BeyondATC was a little bit slow to allow us to continue our descent. We're on VNAV speed at the moment. We're doing quite a descent rate. But as you can see, that's allowed us to reconnect with our VNAV path. We've picked a stand. We're parking at stand 13, which is what the real flight has just done. I think we're going to cancel the music so we can concentrate. So yes, probably not quite the rumba music you were expecting. Right, no, I quite enjoyed it anyway. And we're going down to flight level 120. Sync our heading bug. Double check I haven't forgot anything on the flows. No, nothing yet. What we should probably do though is set up for the RNAV. So we're going to go to the NavRad page, check that ILS is in park, because obviously we're not shooting an ILS, so we don't need that. We don't want anything in there that might tune in and distract us from what we're doing. We'll go to the progress page 4, and what we're going to do is enter our RNP minimum. Which I can't find. Why can't I find it?
KLM565 heavy, contact Nairobi radar 118.5.
Aye. Contact Nairobi radar 118.5 KLM565 heavy. Nairobi radar, good evening, KLM565 heavy, passing through flight level 235 for flight level 120.
KLM565 heavy, Nairobi radar, radar contact.
Good. Why can't I find my RMP minimums? Alex, as my charts man, can you assist with this or no? I'm going to search for the SFO approach plane because maybe that'll jog my memory about where it is. Do I have time to look at the video? Probably just about. It's basically the same.
It's very much the same, and it's very simple. So
yeah,
I'm gonna spare you the 30 dollars. Okay. So do as I say, not as I, or just do it as I say blindly, and then if we want to talk about
not
it
in
later,
same place.
we won't have
Okay,
it.
no, I didn't think they were.
Go to your approach plate right here for the RNAV Yankee runway 28 right, San Francisco, California.
Yes.
Pull that bad boy up.
Hang on a second. For some reason, I've messed up my navigaph a little bit. Oh, here we are. No,
Here we are.
That's being a boom. It's fine.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Bottom left, you see under the minimums, you have RP.11.
Oh, it's because we're doing an
Let's-
it's because we're doing LNAV VNAV, isn't it? We're not doing a full RNP. Is that the case? But it does call it an RNP. We need to get Eli on here. Stat. Yeah. Yeah, so we're doing LNAV VNAV. We're not doing an RNP. So I don't know what we put. And I don't know why it's called an RNP. We're just going to leave it as default, I guess. Is there some difference between RNAV, RNP?
KLM565 heavy, contact Nairobi approach 119.7.
Over to Nairobi approach 119.7 KLM565 heavy. Thank you. Bye bye. Let's just say yes. Okay.
You're very welcome. Have a great flight.
Nairobi approach. Hello, KLM565 heavy descending through flight level 145 for flight level 120.
KLM565 heavy Nairobi approach. QNH 1022. Expect the RNAV runway 24 to the Aviation 1 transition.
QNH 1022. Expect the RNAV 24 with the Aviation 1 transition. KLM565 heavy. Do I have that transition? I think I do. Boeing, stop the cap. Got a Venner. I have the Aviation 1 transition. Let me check my Navigraph. Little bit hot under the collar. Just put it in again, I guess. Looks fine, doesn't it? Looks like what we already had. But he's holding me at flight level 120 and I don't like that. I want to go down more. KL565 Heavy request further descent. Can we do that? Is that something? No, he doesn't understand.
KL565 Heavy did not copy.
No, okay. Well, we'll just let him do his thing.
KL565 Heavy, descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1022.
Descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1022, KL565 Heavy.
KL565 Heavy, clear direct Avena, cross Avena at above 10,000 feet, cleared nav runway 24.
Cleared direct Avena, cross Avena at or above 10,000 feet, cleared RNAV 24, KLM565 Heavy. I think what we're going to do is go into flight level change now. Just to try and lose that altitude a bit more, possibly by increasing the speed. Let's get the seatbelts on, we'll get our lights sorted out so landing, runway turn-offs and taxi can come on. I'm using a lot of speed brake because we are very high now. Probably ought to go back into VNAV though, because we are doing VNAV out though. No, let's go back. No, that was a poor decision. Poor airmanship. We're going back into flight level change. Still too high. And he hasn't cleared us. Actually, he has cleared us for the RNAV, hasn't he? So we can lower that. Go back into VNAV. This is not going terribly well. Bit of VS, then you've pressed all the buttons. Yeah, why not? I think I'm going to end up going around because I don't think he's got us set up early enough for this. Get some flaps out and let's get the gear down. KLM565 Heavy established.
KLM565 Heavy, affirmative.
Okay.
KLM565 Heavy, contact Nairobi Tower 118.7.
Contact Nairobi Tower 118.7, KLM565 Heavy. A smidge on the speedy side, yes, but it's hard to lose altitude and speed at the same time, boss, you get me?
25.
But I managed it on account of mad skills. Look at that. Back on the VNAV path.
KLM565 Heavy.
Yes, I said
Nairobi
yes.
Tower
Yes, I've already said I will. Nairobi Tower, KLM565 Heavy, established RNP 24. Wrong one.
KLM565 Heavy, Nairobi Tower, continue.
Continue, KLM565 Heavy. Oh shush, Alex. It's fine.
KLM565 Heavy, wind 210 at 4, runway 24 cleared to land.
Runway 24 cleared to land, KLM565 Heavy. There you are, it's all good. Now, landing checklist. Well, approach checklist first, then landing checklist. Speed brake wheel arm. Landing checklist complete. And we're all good. No go-arounds here. Because of my mad skills. Bit of a freeze on short final. There seems to be a recurring theme with this plane. Now, I don't know. It could be doing an inopportune autosave, but it does seem to happen quite a lot. So we can never have full ATC. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm working. Alright, autopilot off. Let's land plan. Wish me luck.
1,000.
It's because I'm at an iniBuilds airport. Yes, that could be a factor as well. I keep wanting to say things on Unicom. It's weird. It's alright, you can call me Boo if you like, babes.
Approaching minimums. 400 minimums.
Continue.
300.
I do like centerline lights. I do.
200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Welcome to Nairobi. Thank you, Nick. And I have brakes, yes. Auto brake disarmed. Want to vacate to the left. There seems to be a shortage of exits. Certainly lit exits. Dark boy, that airport, isn't it just?
KLM565 Heavy, exit left at Kilo.
Okay. Exit left Kilo, KLM565 Heavy. Alex, where's Kilo, boss? Oh, it's right at the end. It's right at the end. Disregard. Thank you, CM Films. And thank you, Arms. You get what you get. Yes, indeed, you do. You turn on the weather radar just by pressing WXR on here. Stand 1-3, boss. Which may have a static aircraft on it, but we're going to see if we can get rid of that with GSX, and if not, we'll just turn off FSLTL.
KLM565 Heavy, contact ground 121.6.
Contact ground 121.6, KLM565 Heavy. Nairobi ground, KLM565 Heavy. Runway vacated on Kilo.
KLM565 Heavy, welcome to Jomo Kenyatta Airport. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Request gate 13, KLM565 Heavy.
KLM565 Heavy, unfortunately, gate 13 isn't suitable for your aircraft. Please select a different one, or I can choose one for you.
Bruh! It is suitable for my aircraft. Unless it's not. Unless it's only suitable for 7-8s. I don't know. I don't know. Check out the taxi map on BATC. But what? How's that going to help? How's that going to help? Ah, is it because it's called? Oh, it's because it's called something different. I think, is it? No, it's not. No, it's called...
565 Heavy. Unfortunately, gate 13 isn't suitable for your aircraft. Please select a different one, or I can choose one for you.
I want gate 13 anyway, KLM565 Heavy.
KLM565 Heavy, gate 17 taxi via Kilo.
No, not gate 17. Gate 17 taxi via Kilo, KLM565 Heavy. Whatevs. Literally whatevs. I'll tell her I'll go to gate 17, but I won't really. There are no other players, so no. But they are going to include real world traffic in it eventually. So then you'll be able to hear it talking to other aircraft. But I don't think it's ever going to be compatible with multiplayer, to be honest. If that's what you mean. Right, let's get the APU started. Man gets into yet another argument with computer. Outcome unclear. Well, I tell you what the outcome's going to be, boss. We're going to park at the stand the real aircraft parked at. We're going to fit, probably, and nothing more will be said about it. We'll just do a pilot deviation like a boss, or that. I'm not suggesting it to help, just to see what it's like, bruh. Well, it looks accurate. Have I done it on GSX? No. See, that doesn't say it's too small. Oh, it's a bit blooming tight, isn't it? Jesus. Fortunately, my fair taxi skills seem to be just about sufficient for the job. So this is my first proper look at iniBuilds Nairobi. So far, looks pretty nice. Oh my god, stop texting me while I'm flying plan, rip my immersion. I think BATC relies on the airport info be the size of the gates. Well, I would like them to trust me. Like, if I'm asking for gate 13, it's because I know I can fit. So you tell them that from me next time you speak to them, boss. Even GSX will allow me to ignore it, you know? This is us, isn't it? Yeah, 13. Sweet. There's no plane on it. Taxi light off. EasyGS on. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you park a 777-300ER. Boom! Here we are. Welcome to Nairobi. Let's get her turned off. So the APU is online. APU running. Engines can come off. Seatbelt sign can come off. Beacon light can come off. Fuel pumps can come off. We'll reverse the C, so off, 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 off. No, that stays on. Off, off. We'll leave the right electrical pump till last and we'll turn that off. And we'll request deboarding. It's not bad for someone with fair taxiing skills though, is it, Wojtek? Right, so doors page over here. Ground operations, door management, entry to let know, disarm, open. I forgot you had to do your own doors, arming. Cargo, aft and forward, and bulk. You know what we're going to do, we're going to open 5 left as well. For the stairs. And that's us. That is us happily on the ground at Nairobi Airport. A very enjoyable flight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. But it's not over yet because we do, of course, have to have a good look around Nairobi Airport and see what we think. I have to say, during the taxi-in, aside from the flickering, which is just an MSFS thing, I thought it looked really, really good. I'd like some runway centerline lights, but that's not iniBuilds' fault. So we may as well start off looking at the night lighting, seeing as it is nighttime. Apron lighting looks good, very good in fact. I guess if I'm being nitpicky, these apron lights are sort of at 90 degrees to the tower, therefore I don't quite understand how they're lighting up the ground here. That doesn't make sense. They should be, I would suggest, pointed a little bit more down. That's one of my little bugbears if the light sources don't match the light on the ground. But it's a minor point. The roadway is lit. Again, it's not really got a light source. It's not clear where that light's coming from. So that strikes me as a little bit rushed. Bit of a shame. Because, you know, you compare this with LAX or somewhere like that and they do have the lighting pretty much down pat, so they can do it when they want to. But, you know, it looks alright from an aircraft cockpit perspective. It's just, if you're going to have a lit roadway, have lights that light it up. You know what I mean? We'll have a look inside the terminal. Which gorgeous livery were you talking about? Kenya Airways. It is nice, if that's the one you mean. Interior looks very good. Looks very good indeed, actually. Got some static people, which is better than no people. Jumbo. I mean, I can't remember what the interior of Nairobi airport looks like, but this feels good to me. Multiple levels of interior detailing. Or in fact, this is just a gate, isn't it? Waiting areas and such like. That looks very nice. Oh, KLM, Roger. So yeah, nice interior modelling. Nice outside, the lighting is very, very good. The light from the terminal, that is. That looks good to me. We do seem to have a reasonable number of light sources in here, which makes it look fairly plausible as an airport terminal, which is good. 8:15 there. We won't spend hours looking around the entirety of the airport, but I would like to get back to our gate, which I can't find. 14. Are we going in the right direction? 13. There we are. This is us. Let's have a look out. Tinted glass. Yeah, that looks pretty convincing to me. That does look pretty convincing. Very good. And from the outside looking in, it looks very nice as well. So, impressed with the interior lighting. Slightly less impressed with the apron lighting, but it's okay. It's not, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. And I did have to actually look to find the issues rather than noticing them as we were taxiing in or anything like that. So let's head over to the landside areas and have a little look around there. And then what we'll do is we'll turn the time forward and have a look at it during the daytime. It's a shame we had to arrive at night, but it's literally the only 777-300 flight which does which comes here, and it's a night arrival and a nighttime departure again. Not a lot of love given to the landside, I would say. The airport looks completely shut from here. The lighting's a bit weird, little bit weird. Nice that we've got street lamps and a light source here, but there are whole areas which are completely pitch black, which I find odd. And as I say, the terminal looks completely pitch black as well. Never mind. Again, not the end of the world. You're not going to spend a huge amount of time out here in the landside areas. But if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing properly, I think. Especially given how good the lighting looks from the apron. We've had a quick look at the runway lighting when we landed, but let's just head back over and see what it looks like. Taxiway lighting, we've got the blue edge lighting, which looks default, but I'm not totally convinced. They may have done something here. No, I think that's default. Got a cargo apron here, which looks very nice. Very nice. Again, same issue with the lights. There's absolutely nothing lighting up this building yet. It's just got bright patches, which is a bit irksome, but not the end of the world. The actual buildings look pretty good, don't they? Yeah. Yeah. It just, once you see it, you can't unsee it, These lights are not even lit, and yet there is light on the ground below, as if cast by those. They did the same thing with Heathrow. I remember Heathrow version 1 had pretty poor night lighting, and I thought they'd learnt from that, but no, apparently not. But depends. If you're not going to fly cargo in here, it doesn't matter in the slightest, does it? What were we doing? We're going to have a look at the runway lighting. So yes, no centerline lights. Edge lights look very good. Pappies look good. It's just all a bit dark in it. So let's fix that by winding the time back and seeing what it looks like during the day. Starting with the runway textures, which look lovely. iniBuilds generally do good runway textures. Taxiway textures, let's see. Not bad. Not bad. Not the highest resolution, not the clearest, but they do the job. They certainly look passable. Terminal building, how does that look during the day? This texture's quite nice, isn't it? And the ground markings are good. Sometimes iniBuild sceneries can have slightly too bright ground markings, but not here. They look very realistic. Yeah, the building looks very nice indeed. Good texture work, good modelling. I really like this cable run up here. That looks nice. A lot of detail down at ground level with these air conditioning units. Signage, a few vehicles for that added level of immersion. Nothing animated in terms of vehicles as far as I can see. And we should actually be able to see something in the landside areas now. Yeah, this is a shame. This is a shame. The landside building doesn't look completed. But it's the landside, as I said earlier, you're not going to spend much time here. In terms of peripheral buildings, we have what appears to be a multi-storey car park over here. I really like these advertisements. They're good. And this is super detailed. International arrivals, very detailed. Interesting, isn't it? They've put a lot of effort into like street furniture and that sort of thing. out here, and yet the terminal buildings from the land side look a bit flat and dead. Is it actually like that with the stones instead of asphalt, or are those just grooves? I don't know, boss. Where are we talking about? But look at the detail on the car park. That's really impressive. That's really impressive. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. So I think in conclusion, I would say this is probably fairly typical of iniBuilds. You know, it's got a lot going for it. It's got a lot of very nice features. It's leaps ahead of the old Nairobi Jomo Kenyatta that we had by, I can't remember who it was by, but I remember flying out of here on a Club Filbert stream once. You know, we've got a detailed tower interior, very white for Kenya. Anyway, yeah, nice. Yes. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by discovering new things to look at. Upper mid tier, same as most iniBuild stuff. Could do with a few finishing touches to make it really sing. That is my final conclusion on it, based on what we've seen so far. At the gate, boss. Yeah, so it's sort of what do you call that? Parquet style stones. That's what it looks like. I'm not going to get into looking at Google satellite imagery, because if it's right, it's right, and if it's wrong, it could be old or whatever. I imagine it's right. There we go. There we go. I hope that you enjoyed that. Is there a GSX profile? Yes, there is for Mini. Yeah. Comes with it. I just copied it into my GSX folder. iniBuilds did an impressive job, I say. Really exact modelling to my home airport. Good, I'm pleased. I'm pleased you're happy with it. Yeah, I think it's very nice indeed. So there we go. I think that's probably us done for the day. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the flight. I certainly did. It was nice to get a long haul under my belt on stream. Club Filbert members, I shall pop in and say hello in the lounge if you want to chat briefly. The rest of you, if you haven't yet subscribed on YouTube and followed on Twitch, I'd love it if you would do that now. Also, come join me on my Discord server if you'd like to. It'd be lovely to have you there. Some links coming up in the chat now. My next stream, as I mentioned earlier, is not going to be until the 28th of this month, because I have a really, really busy few weeks with 2 jobs and various other things. But hope to see you back here on Sunday the 28th, and if not, in the Discord before. Thanks for being here, and have a good rest of your Monday evening. My lots with a 14-month sub at the last minute. Thank you, boss. Thank you very much indeed. Much obliged. Have a good rest of your evening, as I would say.
Subscribed,
Do indeed. Bye-bye.